Alrighty, welcome in everybody. This is our weekly stream of Dungeons and Dragons. This is which one is this? Forged by Fate. There we go. I remember I said Fate Reforged last time, and I was thinking too hard about it. So thank you for joining our weekly D&D campaign. Thanks to all the players for being here. Anybody that is out there watching now or watching back on the YouTube stream or videos that Luke puts up, much love. To get us started right off, we'll go ahead and just do a recap. So, way back, just a recap because it's been a while. The players made their way after fighting hags to a mysterious temple that seemed to be kind of calling out to them. Arcs kind of kept pushing them in that direction, almost as if pulled by fate. They wandered the labyrinth, encountered the challenges, almost as if they were laid out exactly for them. Toppling them down one by one with some struggle and some ease, they eventually received a prophecy detailing numerous different events and leading them all to some kind of conclusion, although who's to know what that is at the end of the day. After that, they decided their best bet was to pursue a thread that kind of dangled in front of them earlier on in their history. Sorry, I'll stop squeaking my pen. Earlier on in their history with a dragon that was apparently hiding out within the Savrantine forest. Following this, they ended up returning to Alderia's hometown, doing a little bit of side quest action to make sure they successfully propelled her village's future in a positive direction, and eventually, kind of intentionally and unintentionally, were met with a large green dragon, gems sticking out of its body in natural places, like in its talons and teeth of emerald, sharp and witty and cunning, and mostly hungry. The dragon offered them a bit of a deal and said, if you can go speak to the broodmother of the dragons, the green dragons that is, then they will propel you in the correct direction, hopefully, if you can get her good favor to fix the amulet with which Nova currently has broken upon his necklace. With that, the party headed out, prepared in Valtine, and headed down the Eline River, a river that expands most of Corandaria itself. Getting to the Savrantine Forest once again, and then south from there, they ended up at the Dry Sand Bazaar, where we kind of went through a narrative cutscene, a young lad seeing new adventurers coming into their town, so to speak, thought there might be a certain someone that is a little interested in meeting them. People waving dried snake husks and cloves, all kinds of things in your face as you pass by, tempting you with trinkets and goodies. People of all makes and models and backgrounds, waving, helloing, some shying away. Very eclectic vibe with music in the air and partying about. Eventually, you are brought through a fairly well-fortified encampment to a red-bearded dwarf looking at you with a glint in his eyes. Aye, these ones might be the ones I'm looking for after all. Looking at you all, that is where we'll begin our session. He leans in on his chair. It seems the lad has taken an interest in you. I don't suppose you lot would be new in town now, would you? You see him kind of leaning in like a half, like an awning made out of just like tent pieces, very lavish red and greens. Sitting on kind of like looks like a wood and iron hewn kind of like almost throne, kind of does the lazy king thing and then leans forward, really cocky. You just see this red bearded, piercing blue eyed dwarf with a hearty smile on his lips, wearing pretty typical red and green tunic to kind of match what you are guessing are probably representative colors to him for whatever reason.
We are new. Oh, fuck, excuse me. We are new in town, but we're also just kind of passing through. That said, if you have work, I think that we might be interested in taking it.
There are no passers-by in the Dry Sand Bazaar. Who might you be?
My name is Erinn. I'm a member of the Golden Bulwark. These are my companions, Alderia, Kyler, and Nova.
The Golden Bulwark. I suppose you're an entertaining one. You don't seem to be in uniform, though.
I have taken a leave of absence to journey with my companions.
Aye. Well, let me see how I can phrase this then. Perhaps you're interested in helping someone out who's lost something that is very dear to them.
Is that someone new?
I see you have got a witty one among you. I have. Let's just say I can make it worth your while. And on top of that, you'd be doing me a good kindness, and if it helps your conscience, Erinn, you said it was?
Correct.
If it helps your conscience, it does rightfully belong to me after all.
Well, no one would ever say that I turned away a man in need, but what exactly would we be looking for, sir?
Well, I think we should start from the beginning. You see, in the Dry Sand Bazaar, there are 3 kinds of people. The people who get trampled on. The people who, like that boy who brought you here, know who to rub up against, if you know what I mean. Bump elbows with. And, finally, shut up, fuck you guys.
Okay?
Bump elbows.
Tyler would have made the same face.
The young boys who know who to rub up against.
Bring
I
me
need
the
a
young
young
boy!
I fucking hate you guys.
I need an old priest, a young priest, and a young boy.
I tried so hard. If you didn't say anything, I want to crack.
God damn it.
I was actually stretching. I missed it the first time. I was like, "Oh, my back kind of hurts." And you guys started laughing. Like, what did I do?
Wow.
I made a face. I did.
Jesse said that the
Yeah,
young
I
boy
meant
to
knows
do
who
that.
to rub up against.
Yeah.
And then he
All I
said,
did was make
if
a face.
you know what I mean.
No, I did not say that.
You did.
I said bump elbows, if you know what I mean.
No, you said he knows who to rub up against, if you know what I mean. Anyways.
I hate you guys.
Wee! Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
A couple weeks off, and we go to pieces.
Oh, man. Listen, sometimes you just have to make up sentences on the spot and you say some stupid shit.
Sometimes things come out of your mouth, and they weren't what you intended.
That's alright.
All right.
They know who
Rub
to
the
bump
young boys.
elbows with, if you know what I mean. And then you got the people like me. You see, there are 3 individuals who, we run this town, if you know what I mean. I tend to, mostly deal with the finer goods. He kind of nods his head over, and you see, pretty much, now noticing, kind of taking in what's going on around here, very lavish tents, wine being brought around, beautiful women and men, especially just dressed in, like, just this really egregious garb of red and green, just lacy and revealing, and just seems like everything about this area, especially his particular domain, just lavish to the 11th, extreme. And you see he kind of nods at that and smiles. Take care of the more fine businesses around here. And one of my counterparts will say, well, she doesn't take too kindly to that fact. Seems she's stolen something of mine, a very expensive rug. If you could retrieve it for me, infiltrate their camp, or perhaps bribe your way through, it'll make it worth your while. And as they say, there's no better spend in gold than in the Dry Sand Bazaar.
Before we go too much further, do you have a description of this rug?
Yes, it's a crimson color, golden on the outside with frills on each corner. Very elaborate purple and blue pattern with a touch of green trim all within on those patterns. Let me put it this way. When you see it, you're not gonna miss it.
What's this guy's name? Sorry.
He hasn't introduced himself yet.
And that's I guess the other thing would be you know our names, but we haven't had the pleasure of yours.
Ah, I do deeply apologize. My name is Davin.
Davin?
Davin, yes.
D-
Davin Radgar.
Davin.
Davin Radgar, yes.
Don't mind her, she's just writing some notes.
No, I am quite a noteworthy individual. I do appreciate it.
So,
Radgar.
Devin, I have a
Radgar. Radgar.
Thanks.
I have a question for you, Devin.
Of course, Erzan.
What could possibly make this rug worth stealing?
Well, let's just say it's a bit of an heirloom for the Radgar family.
So
And,
why does it have value outside of your family?
Well, you see, you're asking all the right questions, mind you. We like to nip at each other's heels around here. Let's just say,
It's a power play.
she's getting back at me for something. I'm not too prideful to admit it. Know what you say? Fine gold reward. Plenty of spending, lodging for as long as you'd like in the Dry Sand Bazaar.
How much
Seems like a
gold?
deal. I would say 300
Each?
a piece.
Oh.
And where'd you say this lady was?
Sarah. She's
Sarah.
just on the other side of town. Can't miss it, all purple and red up in there. Large spiky walls. Well guarded, that one.
And is the green doesn't like purple then? That's the
Yes, this is kind of a green versus purple scenario, I suppose.
Are,
Classic.
classic
you-
scenario.
are you the one in charge of this place?
Well, depending on how you mean, yes.
Like, if there
I'd very
were a
much like to think so.
president, would you be him?
I see you're having a very, very strong misconception about the Dry Sand Bazaar. There's only one president here, and it is gold.
Okay. So if we get caught,
They'll probably skin
what's
you
gonna
alive.
happen? Okay. Is that's okay? Like, that's not frowned upon? Skinning
I
of
mean,
people?
Let's just say this. I don't see too many other people wearing your friend Erzan's golden bulwark garb around here, do you?
Not particularly, no.
Not particularly, no. I mean, it seems like a pretty screaming deal. You go shag a rug, if you know what I mean. And you get 300 gold for the pieces.
I tell you what,
No?
you make it 350. You got yourself a deal.
I'll do you one better. 351.
Per person, indeed.
That sounds like a deal.
Sure.
Very well. As I said, you'll notice Sarah's camp across the way. This is, of course, a top secret mission. You shouldn't tell anyone about it. Or, like I said, may or may not skin you alive. Honestly, I've pretty much nothing to lose from it. They know they can't really, touch me. And, well, I suppose I'll see you when you get me rug, huh?
We certainly
I
have
take it
something to
that,
gain.
What's that?
I take it that if we're caught, we're on our own and left to fend for ourselves.
Well, yes, if you don't rat me out. And if you do rat me out, I'll probably send my men to kill you.
That's fair.
Right.
Sound like a deal?
Well, I can't say with a
Deal
stealthy
for
bunch if you
me.
don't mind a few bodies lying around.
Well, I suppose for a rug. It's worth it. Do it. Just don't tell him I sent you.
Who sent us?
Well, all righty. Oh, you lad, get back here. Now, go show him over there. Yeah, you know, Sarah's. Hush, hush now. Kind of lifts a jingling coin purse. Eh? Young lad. Rolls eyes, TM. Alright, I guess if you guys want to follow me this way, I can show you where it's at. I'm not going to get too close, though.
Sure, let's
That
go.
works.
Shall we then?
Devin, where are we going to be boarded for the night?
Well, assuming you make it alive. We can discuss that once you get me rug.
That's a condition on returning the rug, I see.
Pretty much all of this is, yes. I don't think a party like you will have any trouble. You got a big strong dragon. Stragon. Just made that one up. Must be the ale.
Aye.
Do you know where in Sarah's encampment she might be keeping this rug?
Well, if I was keeping a rug somewhere, I'd probably put it somewhere where I rest my feet. So you could try looking there, but I honestly doubt she'd put something so elaborate in such a place, so who's to say? Find a place where she hides her treasures.
And just
Or
to
keeps
check,
a
how
dirty
big is
secret.
it?
Oh, I'd say all well and done. Probably about a 8-foot by 35-foot rug. All rolled up into one beautiful little package. Or spread out depending on if they're fucking soiling it, but let's just hope that's not happening.
Well then, shall we go?
Let's go check the scene.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You done, boy?
I'll see y'all later. Alright, well, just follow me here. Don't let any of the tenders distract you here. The young lad kind of starts trotting off. You kind of glance from it that he seems a little uncomfortable, but I mean, coin purse is a coin purse. Young lad could do with a little coin in the dry sand bazaar, so he leads you on, hearing contents of a conversation that he probably was not particularly happy to be burdened with the knowledge of. Eventually, you guys, again, navigating through the bazaar now, you come out of the more kind of enclosed area that was Davin's back into the greater bazaar. You see the tans and leathers of all these different tents open up and colors on the clothing of the people, and just generally the atmosphere is cheery. You see some shady folk that just try to keep their nose down, almost as if they're in a big city, but it almost makes them stick out, just due to the atmosphere of this area. Eventually, being led across after about a 10-minute walk through the town, you see sticking above the tents, almost like just like wooden spikes you gather as almost like a fort wall. From this area, you see people dressed in those purples and reds, as described before, standing outside of what is essentially a small fort. You see two manning this front gate. It seems to be ajar, not like a drawbridge or anything. You know, just like kind of what would be a door if there was a door to be closed. And then within your view, you also see two on each corner of that as you approach. After a few moments of kind of describing, well, there's the door there, and I know guards patrol all around it most times of the night, if not always. Anyways, best of luck. Kind of looks at you all expectantly.
I roll my eyes TM and flip him a gold coin.
Nice. Could you point us to the nearest tavern or inn or somewhere where we can get a drink and have a quiet chat?
I don't know if I'd say it's quiet, but right there. Looks like a drinking place.
A little anonymity is all right.
You see there you would note as you're going through, pretty much everywhere has a nook or a cranny you could probably go hide and drink in. Everywhere that's not directly a shop of some variety is alternatively a food and drink place.
Cool.
So, yes,
Out
Kyler.
of character. The tent he showed us, is that another shop, or is that like her home tent?
The tent he showed you? How do you mean?
Isn't that what
Sarah's.
he showed us? Yeah.
Oh, it's not a
It's
tent.
like
It's
a
like a
fort.
fort.
Oh,
It's like wooden spikes, like
Oh,
driven into the ground, making like a fence almost.
So I assume
It's like
not
almost like a small
defender.
little fortress, yeah. And you see it within as you look past. It's almost like the continuation of the dry sand bazaar. It's like a boutique of trade almost that probably is dedicated to this person's line of business. Named, you heard the name Sarah earlier. But yeah, the young lad kind of points off into the distance. Now don't go rubbing up on anybody that you shouldn't be. And then come on.
All right,
Throwback
so
joke.
I laughed.
Thank you, Erinn.
to a corner table in a bar.
I
Sure, yeah.
suppose.
We need to chat.
Yeah, let's go to that the place that boy pointed out.
Sure.
So you guys turn around, you see a few different types of individuals, mostly clad in kind of fairly light tunic and loose white, stark white, but like kind of stained by the desert sand. Pants very baggy, kind of what you'd expect in a desert, you know. Different bartenders milling about in a pretty quaint small bar, a couple kegs tapped with a few bottles of liquor, some clear, some dark. One of them comes up to you. Welcome. What can I get you to drink? Make your way to the bar and sit down and look around. Doesn't seem like too many shady folk here outside of the general buzz of the bazaar.
Two of them.
Would you like liquor or ale?
Liquor.
Water if you have it.
Very well.
Oh, another for
Suppose
me
it
as
is a
well.
little early. Very well. I'll grab you all some waters.
Thank
You
you.
can see the person kind of exacerbated.
Well,
Bring
we
back.
can pay for them. We're in the desert.
Yeah, water's a commodity. I'll pay for
I mean,
it.
Do they
There's a
have
big-
laws
there's
that
a-
require free water?
There's a decent sized river right next to you guys. You would be.
Yeah.
In fact,
There's
notably, you
water.
crossed over a bridge over that river to get to this side of the bazaar. But anyways, eventually the bartender brings you out your water, but you're mostly left to your own devices. Nova, you do have a couple shots of strong liquor brought to you as well.
Yeah.
Probably charges you like a silver total for the lot.
Is there a corner booth that's out of the way that we can go skulk at?
I would say you guys probably picked one out in particular, and that's where they chose to serve you. But the floor is yours. The bartender's only re-upping your drinks here and there. You're being cautious enough to make sure not to blurt in front of them, I would presume. So
Well, it's a bloody fortress.
Right.
This is a bar.
Serious
I
love,
think-
Nova.
That this mission is going to rely very heavily on our little druid friend here.
That is an
Hello.
option.
I've seen you turn into a cat before, Alderia.
Yes. I can do that.
And we may need you to.
Well, how would I get it out as a cat?
That would be just for reconnaissance. We'd come in
Uh.
afterwards and smash and grab. I assume.
Okay.
Unless it's being held somewhere private, perhaps like her bedchambers, then Alderia could potentially sneak in when there's no one in there, and because you have a small bag of interdimensional space, right?
Yes, the handy haversack.
Do you think that it would fit the rug?
I'm currently doing math on that.
Is the opening
what
wide enough
size-
to fit
What's
the rug?
math?
you would imagine that the biggest hang up there, I believe, if I'm remembering it right, would be the size of the rug going into it. How
Yeah.
big can it is the porthole for it?
It can. It's a bag.
Yeah.
But it can hold in the large central pouch, 8 cubic feet.
Does it have
So-
like an opening size that you can get though?
No.
'Cause it'd be, I'm sure that rug rolled up is still quite large across.
Large.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it would actually fit
it
through the
depends.
opening.
I looked it up. It depends on the height of the rug, but I'm assuming this is like a thinner rug, which means it's about a 1/4 inch thick, high.
Well, if it's
which
a
would make
tapestry
it-
rug, it might be quite thick, and it sounded like it was.
Let's not get too bogged down in the details.
It's about
I'm not gonna do the math. So you don't
rolled
do it
up.
either.
It's about 6 cubic feet.
Well, he said it was 8 feet across and then 35 feet long.
Yeah,
That's
but when you roll
quite-
it, it becomes a lot smaller.
True, but it could be quite thick as well. I'd be surprised if it would fit, but hey, if we can make it easy, I'm not going to complain. I think we should have a plan B, however.
Right. I was trying to think. Planning is really not my strategy. My first instinct was to grab my golden bulwark uniform, put it on, and go march in there. But I don't have it because Thaddeus took it from me, so that's not an option.
I feel like that would go extremely poorly.
It certainly probably would, but
As Davin said, the only law in this place is gold. So if you try to go in there as a representation of another law, they might take that in offense.
right.
Well,
And that would completely beans this mission up.
should I just go in there and see if I can figure out where it is, real quick?
What time of day is it?
Oh, that's probably like high noon.
I mean, I could
Sure.
be even like more inconspicuous than a cat, like a bug.
The spider. They're excellent at climbing.
Yeah,
Good.
and they're quick.
Are they?
They're
Have you seen a
disgustingly
spider?
quick. Have you seen a spider run from you? It's horrifying.
I suppose next time that bartender comes by, I'm just gonna inquire about the fort.
The big three.
No, just like what the fort is, because it looks a little
Oh,
imposing.
the fort. I thought you said
Fort.
the four.
Yeah, it's I don't know. That looks a bit imposing.
Well,
Just can we go there?
I mean, if you've intention to do business, I don't see why not.
I'm a dragon of unscrupulous business.
That sounds like a really bad magic item.
Is that a word?
I don't. That just came out of my mouth. I don't know what the fuck it means.
I don't think,
I don't think that, but I
Nova
enjoy
would
it.
know that word.
No,
I
don't
just
think
always
so.
think, you know,
All the
people-
time.
Just the sort of southern that I'm drawing on for his voice. They always use like big words for no reason.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of.
That's fair, yeah.
You just had a brain blast.
Yeah, Jimmy Neutron time.
Yeah, you just Jimmy Neutron the hell out of that.
surge.
You see the half elven bartender kind of look you up and down. Yes, unscrupulous.
Is that fortress where the merchant Sarah is located? I've heard her name
Yes.
mentioned several times in the bazaar.
Yes, she does very fine businesses, often animals for trade, as well as other fine silks and foods.
I heard she also purveyed magic items. Was that correct, or was that being led false?
I think all of the big three really do around here, to some extent.
Right.
Thank you.
Might,
Of course. Is there anything else I can get for you?
yes. What do you have on the menu? I'm actually feeling a bit hungry.
Well, we have some fried scorpion coming up for lunch this afternoon, if you'd like some.
You see Kyler just like immediately pale. I think I'll pass. Thank you though.
I'll try and get some fresh vegetables, I suppose. You see them kind of list away, kind of sullenly at the sad react to fried scorpion.
Sad react only.
I will say, for the purposes of this, Kyler, go ahead and roll me a D100. Also, as you guys are having this conversation.
I think that we should have Alderia go in first and figure out where the
64.
rug is. and then maybe after that we can form a game plan where me, Nova, and Kylar go in as potential buyers and shop around and distract her while Alderia extracts the rug.
You read my mind, Ozan.
That's impressive because you're a lot smarter than me.
I'm not too sure about that.
We're talking in whispers, right? There's no one around that can hear
I
us.
was gonna say, with that D100 roll, I need one of you to roll me a sleight of hand, sleight of mouth, or
Sleight of
performance
mouth check.
Sleight of mouth or performance.
I-
Don't like that.
I'll
Let's
roll a
have me.
performance.
Yeah, are you proficient?
No, but I have 5.
I do too, but I'm also not proficient. So yeah, go for it.
Big money, no whammies. 8.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Starting tonight hot, boys.
you can. You're favored by the gods.
Oh, I can. I can.
You gonna
Is
use
that-
it?
Yeah, I'm gonna use it. 2d4, baby.
Do it.
Oh, I don't know if I have a wheel.
16.
Whoa!
Yo, let's go.
Well done.
Double 4. Hell yeah.
I will say, for the purposes of the conversation,
Uh,
go ahead and have. If you guys each want to roll me a perception check, go for it.
Sure.
I rolled woe for the day, by the way.
thank you for reminding me of
Whoa,
that because I
gotcha.
forgot that existed.
Natural 20
Yeah, I didn't even remember.
Natural
that existed.
20.
Wow.
or perception
11.
today.
I am always perceptive.
11 for both of you guys.
It's true.
18.
18. Okay. Kyler, you get the sets that you seem pretty safe. You feel pretty caught off. Pretty good to go. Nova, as always, you feel good, but every now and again you get a nudge from Kyler or Alderia.
Quit talking so loud.
And you two notice most of the bartenders take interest in your conversation, but as soon as you give them eyes, they kind of back away. You're pretty certain that you have not been caught.
Cool.
So
I think that is the plan that we should try, at least, unless we find out something that makes it us need to reconsider.
Cool.
Oh, should we start now or should we wait a little while? It's middle of the day.
I think Alderia can go in pretty much any time, right?
Bug it up.
bug it up.
Bug it
Get
up.
stick bugged.
All right.
Just don't turn into something that they'll want to crush.
What's something they wouldn't want to crush?
An octopus.
Is there any like sacred
Fair?
looking bugs on their stuff?
Any what?
Any sacred looking bugs like a scarab?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
This is Egypt.
China.
D&D Egypt.
Egypt. In this river valley civilization.
18.
18. I would say on Sarah's. Let me look at that actually.
Iron
Nordic
Deal
Sacred
for you.
Chico.
perception's really
Thanks
helpful.
for sharing the load.
Thanks, Dad.
Wait, was that our dad? Iron Deal Priest?
Hey,
Shared
Dad
the
shared the
load?
load.
sharing the
Shared the
load. Brought us to 40.
Yeah, 10 away. Let's keep celebrating while I look for egregiously well.
Yeah, woo! Celebrate.
There it is.
Yeah.
You would notice a large horned beetle seems to be adorning many of the flags of the fairly mysterious Sarah bazaar section here.
So they probably wouldn't want to squish the giant horned beetle.
Hopefully
It's up to you to make that inference.
Are they fleet of foot little creatures?
I would say that I think technically they can fly, but it's more of like a bzz, bzz, and then as far as like literal walking, not really.
So they
Not
can
very
fly
much at all.
though.
Yeah, I'd say for the purposes of this, they kind of like in Zelda where you grab the chicken
Oh.
like that.
Can they fly? Can they fly like she can't wild shape into them?
Yeah,
or
this
can
is
she?
it's an actual.
It's a mechanical.
She's
question.
not level 8 yet.
Yeah.
Nope, they can't fly.
Cool. I'll be that.
You're welcome. Thanks. Okay.
Alright, but I'll kind of go like around back.
I'll go to the bathroom.
As she gets up to leave, I'm like, I kind of glance over at the bartenders and back at her, and it's like, Alderia, while you're out, if you find any candied almonds, let me know. I'd like to buy some.
Got it.
Just kind of throw them off our track a little bit.
Kyler, roll me a performance check. Or a deception. I'll give you your choice.
Oh, good, because deception's way better. That's +8 instead of +5. Ooh.
Keep in mind,
yeah,
failing a deception check will have different consequences than a performance, though. So if you choose to roll it.
Yes. No, it was pretty good. It was a 15, so 23.
Oh. Interesting results. You see the bartender look at you. Kind of raise an eyebrow and then turn away. Just seeming almost like you're gathering they probably didn't glean anything off of that, but they were probably like a little perturbed because you brought their attention to them, and then they were like, oh.
I was trying to do it covertly to like see if they were watching.
You get the strong vibe that yes, after being asked conspicuously about someone that to them is completely well known and not having recognized you, you'd guess as well, they were definitely interested in what was going on.
Sip my drink.
But yeah, you seem to have succeeded all of your skill challenges. Alderia, what do you do?
Alright, I'm going to try to go to somewhere behind somewhere. I'm going to like quadruple check that no one's around.
Okay, so as you notice actually, are you rounding the quote unquote fortress itself?
Yeah, but like
Not
casually.
Like, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And the bazaar kind of stretches out around it too, so it makes it pretty natural that you can kind of walk from tent to tent and look interested in things. But you do notice as you're circling it, especially when you get to the back, as it kind of faces the back of the bazaar, conspicuously placed around, even when there are places with no ways in, as far as you can tell, there are guards surrounding this entire facility. You see 2 on the left side as you kind of skirt around it, and you catch the glimpse of one rounding the corner towards the back as well, where you kind of are now, we'll say, is round like before that rounded corner. So you're guessing they patrol this place around the outside pretty heavily.
All right, I'm gonna find an area where there's no one, even if I have to
Sure, like just jump
fake
into a
going
tent or something.
to the bathroom or so. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we'll say you hop into a bathroom eventually. You'll find a way to...
And I'll wild
go
shape
ghost.
into a giant horned beetle.
A giant horned beetle?
I don't know, whatever you said. What'd you say? What were they?
Long, I think
Horned
just
beetle?
a normal... Giant horned beetle would imply like
Massive.
a cacophonous horned beetle.
The
which I think
outhouse
technically-
explodes.
Bow down to me.
Yeah.
Breaks the
I
wall.
just like stab the rug with my
Puncture
horn
the
and
wall.
take it with me.
We're under attack.
The longhorn beetle, whatever it was, the sacred beetle.
I think it's just a horned beetle. Maybe I said giant horned beetle. I didn't mean it.
All right, I'm gonna become that.
Okay.
And skirt, avoiding people because I don't want to get stepped on.
Gotcha.
And head on in.
Go ahead and roll me a... Well, let's see here. There's a few different rolls you have to make.
I need to find
Alderia,
this
fittingly
animal.
enough, roll me a D100.
All right.
First of all, roll me a D100 to see what happens.
I got is. I can't read this.
That's a 9. That's a 6.
So 9. Okay. 89.
89. Very good. You make your way towards, I would presume, the front door, since that's probably the most obvious way in.
Yeah.
Okay. You start making your way as a little horned beetle, a little conspicuous. You see, with your altered perception, it's difficult to look up, but being the very perceptive individual you are, you see people kind of eye you and then navigate around you a little, like kind of like, ugh, a little shocked.
They
almost.
don't bow to me.
No. No, they don't offer you coin
Beetle.
or
The
sacrifice.
beetle.
That would be a giant horned beetle they'd do that for.
Dang
That's
it! Might have given us the rug.
But you eventually navigate without any trouble to the door. You see the two guards kind of standing, one with a glaive with like a small red banner drifting down from it, kind of lazily looks down at you, pokes at you with the glaive a little bit to kind of push you away from his feet. So he notices you, and you see another female kind of with a longsword, similar red sash across the scimitar. I said longsword, I meant scimitar. Seems to kind of just be twirling it, stabbing it in the ground here and there, navigating around. They seem to kind of lose interest in you after the one kind of nudges you with the end of the glaive, kind of almost just like, whatever. And you look inside and you see more bizarre, but this one again kind of following the color pattern of what you would imagine this individual named Sarah kind of likes. You see tents and people milling about. It's going to be a little tougher to navigate in here. It's more compact, dense space, so might be a little tougher for you to circumnavigate as a bug without getting squished.
Okay. I'm just seeing if there's a bug in the monster thingy, in the list of beasts. Beastie bug.
I think technically bugs wouldn't fall under the category, but it's cool, so I let you turn into bugs. So, but I think technically
beasts.
they're not beasts.
I can be a swarm. I can be a swarm of insects or a giant fire beetle.
Oh, okay. Well, I will back off then. I thought that they were not beasts.
Let's look at giant fire beetle just for an idea of their brain and stuff. All right. Okay, so I'm in a kind of like an open area with a bunch of other tents.
Yeah, it's almost like a mini compact personal bazaar. That's what you're gathering here, and people are just milling about. You see lavish
Is
reds
there
and purples.
something that
flying
looks
around.
like someone's home?
It's a mess here. It's just a mess of tents currently. Like, you see mainly 3 different roads leading out, but from your tiny perspective, they look massive. Just like you can't really see much past that in detail. It just looks like more tent kind of going down of a middle and 2 side lanes, if you will. It's like a good Call of Duty map.
Well, I'll just start like poking my head in to some tents, I guess.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check. And I'll say a dexterity saving throw as well.
Perception is 25.
25, okay.
Dex saving throw 20.
20. Yeah, as you're navigating around, you one time foot right next to you, kind of dung beetle, ninjutsu, shadow clone jutsu your way out of the situation. Jumping out of the way, you kind of. And what was the perception?
25.
25. Yeah. You are noticing that.
Or do I use?
You'd use your own stats, so you're good to go.
Okay.
Any mental stats are your own. What was the... Sorry, your dex save would be different, though, actually.
How do I do a saving throw?
But you said you rolled like a 20, right?
I rolled a 19.
Yeah, you're fine. You're
Yeah.
fine. As a beetle, that's plenty. Not going to get too bogged down in the deets there. That's plenty. As you start navigating inward, you are getting the drastic sense here. As you continue forward, it's bizarre. More lavish, more treasure. You see in one of them you come in, there's just this immaculate scimitar that is like, it's got engravings like you'd imagine on a spectacular blade, but instead of blade where those engravings would be, it's hollow. So you can see straight through it, and it just shines in the light almost like intensely with a similar red sash. So you're gathering that this place is filled with lavish items, but you're noting that as you go farther, the more lavish it gets. So you're guessing that if someone is holding a treasure of someone, it would be very deep into the camp, perhaps all the way at the back.
I'm going to start heading to the back.
you do so. I'll say for the purposes of this, roll me one more dexterity saving throw. We'll just say do a straight roll, and I'll kind of reflect the DC based on that.
16.
16, yeah, totally fine.
It's a good dice. I love this dice.
You start navigating towards the back, very deftly in horn beetle form, avoiding people. Again, people kind of giving you the cautious, like, looks as you navigate by. Some startled, some interested. One, eventually, a small young girl kind of leans down and pokes your horn. You kind of. Eventually, she kind of figures you look like you want to be left alone, so she moves on.
Make that tiny bug scream.
I hate it.
And eventually, I will say, you do get to the back of this area. You're probably about halfway through what you would say is your beast-shaped form. At this point, because I think you get it for an hour, right?
I get it for like 3.
3? Oh, okay. You're probably like a third, maybe that much.
Yeah, 3.
Of the way through it, like third to a sixth. Not
So
too
does
far.
that mean we've had a short rest while she was gone?
Sure, if you want to take a short rest.
Because I get my favorite by the gods.
Sure. So you guys, if you choose to do nothing, you can take a short rest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna sit and wait.
Gonna vibe, all right. Alderia, eventually you do reach the back of this area, though. You see a very similar kind of pavilion tent-like overhang with a human woman. Similarly, she does have fiery red hair kind of tumbling down in not like curls, but like strong waves kind of tumbling around in like almost like a mane, wearing silver plate armor with just these horns coming up from the side, large horns like a horned beetle. You see on her back 2 large great swords crossed, kind of uncomfortable on the throne. She eventually takes them off and sets them aside, but you're gathering this person is someone fabulously wealthy based on what they're wearing. Rings on each finger, including thumbs, large gems, huge earrings that just droop down with all kinds of gems glistening from them. Kind of muddy brown eyes. Looks almost a little like between conceited and almost dead a little bit inside. Just kind of looks around lazily. And before her, go ahead and roll a perception check. This will be using your stats.
17.
17. Readily enough, you see, much to Davin's chagrin, large, rolled out carpet directly in front of this person. You would imagine it is probably his.
Alright. I'm gonna take that information and... Is it just her in that room?
You see one hooded individual seems to be doing some scribing of some kind next to her. And the occasional guard will come up if you watch long enough and kind of point around and say some stuff to her, and she'll give basic instruction to them. The only 2 people that seem consistently here are the scribe. Eventually the scribe gets up, leaves. If you watch long enough, you eventually do see them return. Doing some kind of bookwork. You see a half-elven, very olive tan, kind of green eyes and like platinum blonde hair. Just seems to be taking notes in a book. Occasionally you see them perform a small cantrip or small spell. You're guessing there's some kind of spellcaster.
Alright. I will take this information and get out of there as quick as I can.
You buggy.
Like, I'll
On
go
your
up
way
a
out.
wall to get my way out.
Sure.
As quick as I can.
I'll say for the purposes of this, yeah, you're a bug. You can scale the wall. It's no big deal. It's a little weird seeing a horned beetle go. But eventually you do make it back to the party. You find a place to turn again from bug into Alderia. And as Alderia, make it back to your party in one piece, having successfully scouted Sarah's kind of lair.
Alright. So, I found the rug. It's in her like personal.
You found the almonds, indeed.
I found the almonds, the roasted almonds. They're in their owner's stall.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Is this stall a public stall for customers or a private stall
It looked
for
like
sleeping?
a private stall, correct?
Open to the public, you would wager, but
Okay.
not public in the sense that like anybody would be welcome to go sit on her chair, maybe.
Okay. So, there was someone in there with a book, and they looked like a spellcaster. There was Sarah, who I presume is Sarah,
You would make a good
and
assumption, yes.
and occasional guards. But the rug is laid out on the floor.
Beans.
So we're gonna have to get her out of there if we want to steal it, or kill every single person.
I
Question.
don't like that option.
Yes, Erinn.
How's the slave trade in this town?
Oh no.
2020 just keeps getting worse and worse, you guys. I will say, you would imagine it is probably thriving, based on what you've seen. I will
That's fair.
leave it simple.
I'm gonna look at Nova with all the love in my eyes and say, "We need to get you some handcuffs."
I will.
What?
I would like to note, you
It's a little
do
kinkier than I'm used to.
just so you guys remember, Nova is like 7 foot tall, and he is a dragonborn that has silver and black scales. Something none of you have ever seen before.
Yeah,
Period.
we kind of take it for granted at this point, but
Yep.
that's definitely not
It
normal.
is notable, very notable that is not what a normal dragonborn would look like. You've seen plenty of those in your time. None of them have had 2 color scales. So
Right.
Nova, you would wager, sticks out like a flamingo and a flock of seagulls. Like
Quack.
So my thinking is
but do what you will.
that we pretend this is, again, speaking quietly
Yep.
because we're trying to be low key with it.
Mhm.
Loki, Kylar and I pretend to be slave traders and sell Nova to Sarah. We won't actually agree on a deal, we'll back out. But we bring her outside to show her Nova. And while we're doing that, Alderia goes in and steals the rug.
It has merit.
I can't really think of another way to get her to come out unless we start a commotion, which, as much as I enjoy a good fight, I don't think that that's the right way to go about this situation.
No, I think
If at all avoidable.
Right.
I think our dwarf friend was right. If we tried that, we would be skinned alive.
Nova is quite the specimen. I think that he would make an interesting mark for pretty much anybody who's so inclined. Which I will officially announce right now is wrong. But we have to use what's at our disposal.
Important bottom text here, but
Indeed.
still,
Also,
Disclaimer.
remember to vote.
remember to vote, guys.
Go vote.
Your vote matters.
If you don't want to go out in person, request an absentee ballot. Facebook will tell you how.
And Instagram
And
and
Instagram.
Twitter.
or DM us, we'll friggin' help you. Just vote, for God's sakes.
And watch behind your ears.
Make your dreams come true.
And don't
Do
do
it.
drugs. Stay in school.
Do drugs if you want.
It's life. Yeah.
Drop out
Don't
of
do
school.
drugs and
You can
stay
hurt
in
anybody.
school.
Do
So
that
anyway,
and drop out of school.
Well, Erzan,
There.
what do you say? Good cop, bad cop?
Oregano.
as long as I get to be the good cop.
I suppose. Do you want to hold Nova captive outside? I don't feel like it'd be believable, skinny old me holding him in person.
Right? Yeah, I'll be the brain or the bronze, and you can be the brains.
Right.
Sometimes I start to talk out of my ass.
So you're for selling him no matter what price she offers, and I'm the one who wants to get more, and we argue.
Sure, that's perfect.
Right. Well, when
And
shall we
I'm
do
just
this?
gonna-
Should we do this now?
I believe the sooner the better. Alderia just saw her a few minutes ago, and she was currently indisposed. She wasn't doing anything, so
Well, Nova,
I
let's
think-
find you some manacles, I guess.
So just to clarify, I'm gonna sneak in there while she's out of the tent. Put it in the haversack
You can try.
I think that's
as much as I can
right.
and sneak out.
You have
I-
that one spell where
yeah.
we snuck past the scarecrows.
Yeah.
It even got
it's
me
prepared
past
right
them
now,
in
too.
my bulky armor.
Okay.
Actually, do I have anything that could maybe help this?
And just to be
That's right.
more stealthy, I'm gonna switch out of my scale mail of Deep Frost
Okay.
into my normal leather.
Keep.
Wherever it is.
Probably a good call. You're imagining, no matter how stealthy you are, rolling up a rug and then shoving it in a backpack is a pretty conspicuous activity.
Do you think so? If no one's in there?
I mean, it's an open air tent. It's like a pavilion that's like an awning.
Oh.
Like an awning.
I didn't realize it was
People in.
so open air.
It's almost more like a lean-to. Almost. Like it's essentially wall, back wall, roof, chair for her to sit in, and like table over here for that guy and guards that occasionally patrol by. So, and then right in front of her on the desert sand itself is the rug being trampled on. You see you noted very disrespectfully, just kind of in front of her.
Huh.
You'd imagine almost like someone trying to send a message about that rug.
Right.
Should one of us run out and buy manacles real quick?
I'll go. Could use to
Sounds
stretch my
good.
legs anyways.
I'm gonna leave my stuff on then in that case.
Okay.
Wait until it's time.
Well, do you think it's gonna be a sneaky thing or just do it as quick as I can thing?
If the scribes stay in the tent, you're going to need to be very sneaky.
It's a good point.
We will do what we can to get everyone to come out and look, but there's no promises.
I'm envisioning a shouting match.
I am intending to cast thaumaturgy on the both of us.
Oh my.
Get a little shouting going. Actually, I don't know if I can cast it on you. Oh yeah, I can.
Bless you.
I'm so sorry.
So, Kyler, you're going to go head out and grab some
Yeah,
shackles.
I suppose. I'll be right back. Before I go, Nova, I just hold up a hand. Just kind of like
You see this
grab.
fucking massive mitt. You ever seen
Right, I
that?
just kinda
Thin
like-
Titty? It's like that.
Mm.
Anyways, if you know, you know. Mitts.
Mitts.
My mitts, yeah.
I just kind of like grab his hand to like shake it, and I put my other hand like on his wrist, like kind of like feeling diameter surreptitiously. I don't trust these fuckers.
Your fingers don't wrap around it.
Noted. All right.
Very large.
I'll be back.
How does Nova's face look right now?
How does Nova's face look right now?
I've had a couple drinks.
Huh?
I've had a couple drinks.
He's
Are
probably
you
feeling pretty good.
are you down with this plan, Nova?
It's better than anything I can come up with.
Nova, I'm not gonna actually lock them.
Okay.
They'll come off if you pull hard enough.
My hands?
No.
Oh lord. I tried to explain it to him while I'm gone.
I'll do my best.
I leave.
Yes, your hands.
Yes.
If I get hard enough, they will come off.
I'm gonna go far away from where we are before I buy anything.
Okay.
Like-
you
like
navigate
Clear
very
across
far
the
away.
bridge,
Navigate very far away.
and then just find somebody who's selling like general goods to look for like
Sure.
manacles.
Eventually, you do find a small halfling man with a eye patch and kind of tossed, thinning blonde hair. I suppose I could sell you a manacle or tea.
Oh, they need to be about this big.
What are you, tying up a hog?
Dragonbone, actually.
Well, let me see what I got. You're gonna go and see if you can find it. Okay, yeah, all right. After digging for what seems like forever, tossing just random shit out of the back of this trunk, you see his eyes kind of light up and look at you. I think I got what you're looking for.
Let's have a look.
Manacle
Oh.
the size of your neck. The chain holding, shaking. Looks like it would probably fit Nova's wrists, if just so.
Right. How much?
For these pieces, I'd say 4 gold would probably be fair.
Throw in a lock, and I'll give you 5.
A lock. They just lock. What do you mean?
There's not a. They come with a lock built in. They don't have a hole to put a lock through.
You mean a key?
No, I'm saying the manacles have a lock built into them.
Yeah.
They're
I mean,
really
I can put
advanced
'em on if you
manacles.
Those are extremely advanced. Okay.
They just click. You're gathering into place as he shows you. It kind of has like a.
Oh, I was
You
expecting one
need,
with
you
a
need
bolt.
the key to pop it open.
Right. All right. 4 gold. I'll take them.
Very well. And the key? That'll be 3 gold.
There's always a catch, isn't there?
Yes, and if you'd like the insurance plan, I can offer that to you for another 2 gold. I can replace that key for you for the next, say, 2 days or so.
I'll just take the key. Thank you very much.
Ah, yes, that'll be 3 gold.
Not 4 gold.
He hands you the key. It's just a small, simple brass key. Kind of
Right.
2 prongs.
Is there kind of like another like tavern area around here?
Plenty. Numerous.
Before I go back, I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna like. I'll go up to the barkeep and be like, I'll take an ale, and then I need a table to do some work.
Okay. Barkeep does provide you an ale. Frothy, frosted mug. Very strange, but seems nice.
How did you
Oh,
keep this
here.
frosted in this heat?
Oh, well. Let's just say we have our ways, eh?
I would like to know more, but another time. I'm too busy at the moment.
If you have a moment, I suppose I could show you.
I'll be back.
Very well.
I'll take the. I'm gonna go over there. Can I see with my proficiency in lockpicking now if I can damage it so that they'll remain closed, but you can just pop them open?
Go ahead and make me a. Do you have a Tinker's or lockpick tools?
Always.
A Thieves' Tools kit?
Yep.
Go ahead and roll me a Thieves' Tools kit check.
Roll high, roll high. Ooh, baby. 17 plus 5, 23.
23. You very deftly, taking one of your picks, jam it in there, tap the end of it, breaking a tumbler. You imagine that it would stay a little snug and just pop up with enough force given to it.
Can I test it?
Yeah, you do so, and it. You're gathering if you do it too much, it's probably like a 1 or 2 time use kind of deal.
Right.
After that, it'll just be broken. But you're thinking it looks pretty good.
Okay. How long did that take to futz with it?
Probably stealthily, like 10 minutes, since you're probably
Yeah.
trying to do it like next
Yeah,
to
I'm-
a booth kind of thing.
Right. I'm trying to like just drink my ale and just like have
And,
like
like,
my
occasionally go-
notebook out and just kind of futz with it on the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tough to do, but no one really seems to give a shit here, honestly.
Right.
There's not like a guard going, nice manacles, it's just kind of people like, what the hell, dude, stop. Like, that's
Right.
just odd, that's the worst you get.
No.
So
I'll
you're
pound,
mostly left alone since you're being inconspicuous.
I'll pound the rest of my ale and I'll head back.
Okay. Nice little
As
buzzkill.
I leave, just I'll be
Proud.
back to learn how you did that later.
Very well.
Then
Toodaloo.
I'm back.
And you do head back, eventually navigating back to your party. Sitting down, Kyler presents nice new shiny manacles.
Okay, Nova. This is very important. I broke these so that they will open if you pull hard enough. However, don't try it until you need it. Because if you try it too many times, they might just never close. I did test it once, and it did work. And it still looks like it latches, but just be careful.
Are we hanging out at a bar or an inn?
It's more like a bar.
Okay. I think that we might need to get a room in an inn to have Nova move most of his clothing and items and, get everything ready.
I'm getting naked.
Can I walk out of the little bar and look around for an inn?
Yeah. You see one in particular stands out. Pretty much everything here is tents outside of the stronger fortresses of what you have gathered now are the big three. But you do see what seems to be a nice little pavilion style tent that probably would house some housing for people for cheap, you would guess. Approaching that, you do get greeted, this time by a young kobold folk. It's gold of scale. What can I do for you?
We just need a room for the night, sir.
Presumptuous, are we? For all of ya. I suppose I'll take a gold apiece.
I hand him 4 gold.
You get the last room, all the way down to the end. Take a right and then another right. It's labeled B.
Thank you.
Enjoy your stay.
Do our best.
They kind of slink away at that. Go tend to
Sure.
some other people. You see they're very kind of snooty. Don't really care. Seem to have a full tavern despite their bad attitude, so...
Before we left the bar, can we put a cloak or something on Nova so that he doesn't stand out as much?
Roll a bullshit.
I mean,
check.
I got a hood.
Yeah, just anything to kind of so that people don't watch you walk into our room and then come out as a slave,
Dude, he's just entering character creation.
I rolled a 20 for my bullshit check.
Natural 20?
Correct.
Yeah, you do more than that. You butter him up, make him good to go. He's completely inconspicuous before you leave, and then when you go to the hotel tavern room, doesn't seem to be noticed by anybody.
Nice.
As he exits, it seems like he was that way all along.
Ideal. Okay.
Before we jump into this, did we want to take a break, or are we just gonna power through?
Up to you guys.
Either way is fine with me.
Either way.
I mean, I just gotta use the bathroom. I mean, I can just run and do that though.
Up to you guys.
Let's take
Take
a
5.
2-minute break then.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Sure.
We'll be back
All right.
quick. We won't spend too much time lollygagging because we have the meat of the adventure to get to. See everybody in just a moment.
I love meat.
Meat. Schmeedy. So to cap back off, the party is stealing some kind of rug back for an individual named Davin. Red-bearded dwarf folk that had some vested interest in getting a rug that he claimed was his, that was stolen out of some kind of spite by someone named Sarah, another one of the, quote, big 3 of the Dry Sand Bazaar. As the party was offered 351 gold per person to do this mission. They navigated over, decided their best route would be to try and sell Nova to a slave trader.
But not actually.
I would just like to note that's what their plan is right now. But, whatever. And
But not actually.
This was really just one person's plan.
We're
We all
just
just kind of
pretending.
agreed to it.
Yeah, we all just kind of hopped on board.
that seems very convenient, you guys.
Hey, my intelligence is 9, so.
Hey, I mean, it's not a bad plan, honestly. It's just kind of dark, which is fine, because that's what you guys are doing. Now we revisit our party in the bar. Kyler has rigged some manacles to, if Nova needs them to. Notably, you do note that Nova has a giant magical glowing mace on his back. It probably should either be carried by someone or left somewhere. Other
But
than
Nova, you can summon that mace too, correct?
Yeah, we can just leave it here.
Yeah.
there's no range on that.
I just have to be on the same plane of existence.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Yep.
It's dope as hell.
That's cool.
You could just be standing there and be like, hold
Like
up,
Thor. Sometimes
wait
it takes
for
a
it.
minute.
You are
It's
going,
on the other side of the planet. Hold on.
you are going to have to take off your armor though, Nova.
Oh yeah.
Nova, I can cast Mage Armor on you if that would be beneficial.
I mean, yeah, unless you need it. I mean,
I always have it,
sure.
but I have many special spells.
Well, maybe let's not, just in case. You know, they might.
You get
be-
AC 13 plus your Dexterity modifier.
Dexterity modifier.
So I'm guessing 13.
No, I got a +2 to Dext.
Yeah, you'd have the same
Dex.
AC as I do all the
15.
time.
That's not bad.
I'll cast it and I put my hand on him and I give him Mage Armor.
Okay.
Fine.
I
You feel just this kind of bristling energy, kind of cold at first, and in the right light you see just reflecting on you just this almost like armor kind of disappears at certain angles in the light.
I see Nova wearing his well-fitted regular old travel clothes, and I say, that will never do. And I go into my pack and pull out my clothes, and I give them to him, and I say, put these on.
I'll try.
What are these like dirtier or something? I don't.
They're
Yeah,
gonna be
they're
a
just
little
like they're like
small.
they're my regular clothes.
They're real small compared to Nova. So
They'll
he's
make
gonna
him
rip
look a
out
little
of
more
them.
grungy.
Sure, yeah. Or like a fucking 400-pound man trying to squeeze into a toddler's clothes. But yeah, he has the t-shirt that won't let his arms go down on, the works.
Yeah, if he flexes his pecs, it's just gonna poof out of him.
No, but you look like an 80s music video. Just ripping through your just muscle bristling through your tiny shirt crop top.
Oh
But not
yeah.
actually, you're just huge.
Oh yeah.
But
Alright,
to
Nova,
our
you ready?
fantasy characters, he looks like he's just wearing clothes that are too small.
Yeah.
And a little grungy.
He's
I'm
grungy though.
Put the manacles on Nova.
Let's wait until we get outside.
I don't want to do it where people can see.
Right, we need to put them on now.
Fair.
Just be careful, like I said, don't flex too hard or they'll come off. And I'm not sure we can put them back on without them breaking.
I switched into
I'll try
just
my best.
leather.
Yep. Noted. Anything else for preparations as you guys move onward?
Yeah, Jimbos.
Alrighty. Hearing no
I got nothing.
I don't think
retorts,
so.
I suppose.
Oh, I'm also gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on myself.
Okay. That is a 30-foot radius from you, so.
Yeah, if we're within 30 feet of you, we get it too.
Oh, okay. You guys.
Not that
use
it'll
or-
matter, but
Use it or not, you know.
Yeah.
I'd say so long as you're not
So-
stealthing, it kind of pseudo takes no effect.
right.
But
That
then
makes
once
sense.
you decide to start stealthing around and
So
roll stealth
before we go out of our hotel room, Kylar, we're going to walk into the square and make a big deal about this rare, unique, and valuable dragonborn that we've acquired. Alderia, you're going to split off as soon as we enter into Sarah's encampment. You're going to wait for us to cause a ruckus by drawing a bunch of people in with our rare and valuable dragonborn, and then you will go in and get the rug.
I was
hold
actually
everybody-
thinking that I go in and speak with Sarah personally and have her come outside and take a look.
Sure, we can do that as well.
That way we know at least she'll be outside, and then if we cause a ruckus, then maybe the scribes will come and take a look.
Should
Sure.
I go in with you and then, like, when you bring her out, just kind of hang back?
That might not be a bad idea, actually.
We could do that.
Yeah, I think that's actually a better idea. You can come in as like my aide.
Yeah. And then just
Sure.
not come out.
Right.
And then what we do is we record a video and we play that over the security camera feeds. So when they're looking at the security camera feeds, they can't see us.
Yeah.
And then we'll steal all the money from the vault in the Bellagio.
Only if
Goddamn
I get to
genius.
rappel down on a cord into the vault going like this. Dun, 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 dun.
And we all have to wear the Guy Fawkes mask.
Yes.
Epic game.
Remember, the 5th of November. Remember a 5. Never.
So
never.
you guys start navigating towards the fort.
Expect the betrayal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eventually, you do come to the gates. You see Alderia, a familiar sight to you, the glaive-wielding man and the woman kind of twirling about scimitars. Idly, kind of huffing and puffing, and the man kind of crosses his glaive out to you.
I'm like holding the chain that is attached to Nova's manacles and really acting up like the asshole slave driver.
I'm the
Persona.
haughty businessman who, excuse me, as he puts the glaive in front of me.
What business do you have going inside?
I would like to sell this rowdy slave here, and I kind of glance towards Nova.
What's it worth to you?
I suppose this is the way business is done. I'll hold out a gold coin. Is this enough?
You can do better than that.
I palm another one, and then there's 2.
Takes the 2 coins. Don't let me hear shit from you.
Pleasure. I walk
Pleasure.
through.
Kind of leans against the wood again. Sighs. And you guys make your way in. Pretty inconspicuous, actually. Go ahead. I'll say everybody roll me some performance checks. Got the whole squad performing.
Sure do.
Mod
Oh,
20.
thank God, it's good. Mod 20.
We're
12.
great slave owners, Skylar.
Really
We
change
are.
that to Dad's
We are
quote.
indeed. Urzon 2 coming up.
And then Nova.
8.
It wasn't a natural one.
Nope.
Okay. You gave
No,
me
my
the natural
charisma's not that high.
Okay. Just need
Yeah.
to double check. Never know when you have a random proficiency or something. Excuse me. Generally successful. You get a couple glances. Someone looks Nova up and down, sees, seeming that they would assume that Nova could probably bust out of those manacles, but kind of whatever. Walks away. You guys, with your mod 20s, kind of carrying it, and the 12 and the 8 being kind of neutral.
Urzon 2's done.
Eventually get let away. You guys are kind of in the center of the bazaar now. What would you like to do, kind of as a group?
I'll kind of lean over to Alderia. Where was the tent again?
Straight to the back.
Straight to the back. Oh, press on. Heading towards where Alderia is kind of steering me surreptitiously.
Understood.
But not
Um,
obviously. Like, I haven't been here before.
Do you guys go as a group or alone, or what's exactly going on?
I'm like yanking, like lightly, but looks like it's aggressive, yanking on Nova's like chain and saying shit like, "Come on, scum."
You should probably.
I would-
I'm gonna like whisper. You should probably stop a ways away from the tent.
I was just about to say, if we find a clearing, we'll have you wait and I'll go in.
Sure.
Is there like
Come on,
kind of a
scum.
clearing area before we get to the place Alderia is kind of leading us to?
There's a few kind of crossroads. I wouldn't call them clearings, but what kind of space are
Bigger-
you looking for?
Bigger, more open spaces.
Bigger
that they
than
can
just a
wait
small,
without
like,
being in the way.
2 or 3 people abreast, yeah.
Right,
Probably
yeah,
not.
Like a small crowd
in the
here.
way.
Yeah.
Okay,
You find a couple places like this.
okay. Just the closest one to where Alderia is kind of pointing us, I'd be like, all right, wait here, we'll go in.
Okay. So you, I mean, the closest one is probably within eye shot. It's right in front of her.
Perfect.
Because that would be right where the rug is.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
not
maybe,
right
maybe
there.
not, maybe not.
So yeah, kind of. What are you trying to do?
Where's the next closest one?
Probably a short jog back, 2 minutes or so, kind of weaving down the trail. minute and a half if you're like just walking. Maybe we'll say.
She might
Is there,
not
like, a
come if
side
we're too
street?
far away.
Right. Is there like a side street that they could go down just a little bit? That's not
There's
quite
two kind of
direct.
the way that you saw through here. There was one main hallway that you're kind of taking just a beeline, and then two side ones.
Okay.
So you imagine out of direct eyesight of where she would like be sitting would be one of those two roads, and there's like little pathways that lead you between them.
Right. And just go down one of those side roads a little bit. Nova, act up a little, so that it gives us on a reason to try and keep you out of the way. Just like
Right now-
surreptitiously to him. Oh no, just like a little bit. Don't go crazy. But like, give him a reason to be shouting at you because you're kind of being meek right now.
Right now.
Sure.
Yes.
I'm not gonna yell because I live in an apartment, but Nova's gonna yell really loud.
Really loud?
Yeah, and I'm gonna just shoot my breath weapon in the air.
Roll a
Whoa.
performance check.
Oh my god.
Isn't that what you said to do?
No, I said not too crazy.
Yeah. You got here.
I know, that's what I was worried about.
All right. No going back. We did the timer.
What?
7.
7.
I have a +3 on performance, man. I'm just rolling shit.
I'm sorry. That's rough. I'll say for the purposes of this, you are loud. You see a couple people next to you kind of, stop that! Stop him!
As he
Pointing
does
at
it, I'll
you,
like,
Roseanne.
as he does it, I'll like yank on his chain and be like, "Enough, maggot! Stop it right now, or you're going in the box."
Okay, go ahead and roll me a performance check.
As he does that, I walk up to him and I backhand Nova in the face.
Sure.
Oh,
We'll
shit.
consider that in the DC as you kind of
23.
23. Some people are buying into your routine. Most of the people, Nova, you're noticing that like a couple were like jump scared, but the rest are kind of just like eyeing you like, please, don't bother us today. Like today was my one day off kind of look.
It's like, not today, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Is everyone here stoned? Like, what's going on?
They just there was like some jump scares, but once they see people backhanding you and yanking you around and the fact that you're in chains, they're just kind of like over it.
I say
It was
loudly.
a very intimidating circumstance, sadly, for them.
I say loudly to Nova, and I hold up a hand that starts crackling with like a ray of frost. Just do that again, and you'll regret it. Understand?
I'm not answering. You just hit me, man.
There's if he acts up, take care of it.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go, darling.
So you go.
Kind of nudge you.
You go, and eventually you do see a familiar sight as described to you by Alderia. A tousled-haired, kind of lion's mane almost. Brown, kind of muddy dead eyes. Almost like silver platinum plate armor with these horn beetle kind of spikes sticking up the top. You see two large great swords next to almost like a similar kind of wood and metal iron throne. This one more decorated and colored and festive. You see the person kind of eye you sideways. What can I do for you?
Are you Sarah?
Dran, you've got a perceptive one. You see the scholar kind of look up. That's her way of saying yes.
We were
Looks
told by
like
a
he's writing.
little golden kobold fellow to where to find you. Wondering if you'd be interested in purchasing a dragonborn.
Vanif does the slave trades. You can find him at the northwest corner of the pavilion.
I think you may want to view him yourself. He's two-toned.
Two-toned. What does that even mean?
He has silver and black scales.
Bring him to me.
If you insist, he's rather violent. We had to bring him off the side road as he kept shooting off his breath weapon.
You see she kind of starts wiping her eyes and just seems very bothered by this. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, baby. It's still +8.
It's a good roll. She seems like she's going to be
26.
26.
I rolled an 18.
Go ahead and roll me a percentile dice as well, Kyler. This is outside of our normal routine, just as a point of order. It's going to determine something.
15.
Jesus.
Watch after the tent.
Damn it.
Sighs, stands up. Lead me to this creature.
Very well. I start walking back towards Erzan.
Okay. She follows you in tow, notably leaving her greatswords. Does seem to follow you. Kind of lackluster, probably about 20 feet behind. Eventually, you guys do make it to Nova and Alderia. I'm guessing you're doing something in this time.
I'm gonna go talk to Dran real quick.
Dran? You see we'll say for the purposes of this, we'll get back to you guys in just a moment here. We're kind of doing real time. As you see Kyler wave Sarah forward, she starts following after him. You kind of duck up the middle alley as they go back. Dran is sitting there, gives you eyes over his glasses, keeps writing, sees that you're not going away. What can I do for you?
Hi, Dran, was it?
And you might be.
Hi, I'm Alderia. Nice to meet you.
He looks at your hand. Pleasure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a gas leak here for sure or something, man. Something's wrong with these guys.
Cactus juice.
You're gathering most of the people in this area in Sarah's encampment are pretty fucking stony. Like,
I'm getting that vibe.
hookah.
You don't want to go see
See,
the Dragonborn?
Sarah's going to purchase him. I will probably be working with him tomorrow. Is that all?
No. You should go see him. It's quite the sight.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
I said it's quite the sight. I
Yeah,
wasn't
that-
actually stuttering. Persuasion?
Persuasion.
Well, that's an 11.
I'm good, thank you. Keeps writing.
What are you writing there?
Well, if you
Oh,
must
okay.
insist, I can show you. It's a spell I've been working on. Not eager to leave it alone to see some Cretan that I'll be working with in a fortnight at the greatest. Here, come.
He called you a cretin.
I'll go look at whatever he's doing.
Yeah, you see some hieroglyphs that mean shit to you. Just some very interesting purple written on very immaculate script paper. Crunchy in the desert heat, very dry. Kind of I don't know if other people are like me and love paper, but crunchy paper is the best, and this is the best crunchy paper.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's some crunchy paper.
I'm saying that to the guy.
Technical term.
Yes, if it does go as well, it should pacify folk who are entrapped within it, which is quite useful, as you can imagine, in our line of work. I suppose you would know too, selling slaves and all.
Yeah. So you said your name was Dran?
I said no such thing, but you are correct.
Well, I heard it. Yeah.
Sure.
Huh. Interesting. Guess those guards were right about you.
What did they say about me?
Well, I heard some guards making a bet that you wouldn't go see the Dragonborn, that you were too scared.
I mean, call him a wuss, sure. his manliness.
Roll your deception check. Come on.
Oh, that was good. Well done. This entire plan is going beans up.
The guard said there's some wuss in here with crunchy paper.
There's crunchy paper. He ain't gonna go watch.
Oh my god.
Beta, can you clip that? That was awesome.
Okay. Whew.
That was good.
Go ahead and roll me a deception check.
17.
Yay!
Not bad. Not bad.
God, I hate to keep fucking blocking you guys, but
Shit!
Come on.
yeah, man, the dice tell a
That
tale.
was genius.
He with his roll looks up at you and goes, "I know the gods quite well. They would not say something like that of me."
I don't know. They must be fake. Must be fake guards then.
I mean, what did they look like?
Well,
Did you
there
catch
was.
their names?
I didn't, but there was one that had a scimitar, and
Allie.
oh, what was the other one? It was a man. They're right. They're at the front.
That would be Garrett.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't trying to look like too close at them because I was kind of trying to eavesdrop on this pretty funny conversation, and I didn't want them to like see me staring, you know. But yeah, it was the two at the front. The chick had a scimitar. Big guy.
Yes, Allie and Garrett.
Yeah.
I don't
It was
suppose.
them.
Yes, they're not intruders, and if they were betting against me, then I suppose they will make their money's worth.
You're too scared.
Gods above. Show me to this dragonborn, alright?
All right, I'll kind of show him along the way, and as we get close,
He
you know.
follows you.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
I'll just bring
Kinda
him up.
snaps his book closed.
I'll bring him up and kind of like have him step up in front of me once we get there, and then
Okay, we'll cut
slink
here.
away.
We'll cut here. Back to you guys. Nova. Oh god, get that thing under wraps. Kyler, you go off. Bring back Sarah. Is this the one you were talking about? I don't suppose it'd be easy to mix him up.
No, he's he stands out a bit in the crowd.
She kind of starts poking at him.
I'll snap at her.
Why should I buy him?
He's the only two-tone dragonbone I've ever seen, and I lived in the community for a while.
He is an oddity. I'll give you that.
If nothing else. However,
He'll make
I
a
have.
fine warrior.
Ozan's not wrong. I've also seen him spit two different types of breath. He has ice and acid.
It is useful. And what do you have to say for yourself, tall one?
A yank
Looking
on the
up at
chain.
Nova.
Speak.
Oh, come now. If we're to work together.
Answer her!
Eat shit.
I ray of frost him in the face.
Sure. Go ahead. Nah, you hit. Nova takes it. Some amount of damage, we'll say.
I mean, it's
We'll worry
not-
about it if we get into combat.
It's
well,
not a lot.
I'm gonna half it anyway because it's ice.
Yeah. We'll get
Yeah,
to it.
that's why I chose it.
If it becomes important, I'll add a couple points onto some damage or something. It's fine. You ray of frost him in the face. I suppose we'll have
say-
to tack a little off for the manners.
He
Looking
is a
Nova dead in
little
the eyes.
recalcitrant.
Go ahead and roll me an insight check, Kyler.
Uh-oh. That's not a strong suit. Oh, that's a good roll, though. 17.
Yeah, with that, just so. You notice that she acts very much like she knows what that word is and brushes it off so she doesn't have to address it.
Yes!
Mhm.
I was hoping.
I suppose I can offer you 30 gold pieces.
30 gold? Are you absolutely kidding me?
He's lively to blow up my whole camp. Come on.
He could pick me up and snap me like a twig.
Why doesn't he do so now?
He's in chains.
You don't think I notice a rigged chain when I see one? Looking down at the chains.
What are you talking about? I bought
Takes
this
her
from
hand.
a blonde halfling fellow.
Go ahead and roll me a deception check as she strikes towards the chain.
Shit.
You see, you're gathering now. She's probably noticed these somehow.
Okay, 21.
21. She seems to believe your story, but as she swipes down at the chains,
Can
I don't know
try
that
to
I'd
deflect?
let her get near me. Just because I'm feigning in.
I mean, how are you getting out of her way? She approaches you square up in the face and looks at you.
Well, I mean,
you're,
I'm
like,
just
going
try
like
to try to be opposing, like try to like, because I've already snapped. I've already snapped at her.
this. Sure. I mean,
Try to bite her again if she tries to get any closer to me.
okay. So she's going for your chains, and you bite at her, try and snip her
Yep.
away. Go ahead and roll me an intimidation check.
I can do that, I think. Oh, come on, dice. Stop fucking around now. Oh, yeah. 24.
24 intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
Raises her hand up to snap at your chain. Pulls it back.
You're telling
Oh,
me this
no.
blonde halfling sold me fake chains?
Well, if you won't let me do it, you do it. Pull
I'm
on
not
them.
going anywhere near him.
Well, big one, what do you say? Pull on your chains. Surprised you haven't done it yet. And at this, Aldira, you hear that around the corner as you come around with Dran. You guys see Aldiria and young, as previously described to you, half-elf person come around the corner. What are y'all doing?
As soon as Dran, is, I kind of get him past me, I'm gonna be like,
Sneaky motions.
yeah.
You have passed without a trace on.
That's true.
Yes, but a person is aware of the absence of someone as well.
Well, I
So-
once he's I'm gonna make him stand up. That's what I'm saying. I'm putting him
I
in
mean,
front
we are
of
kind of
me.
putting on a show.
I will say, if you want to do this, you guys notice Aldiria come around the corner, obviously with a person in tow. So you are gathering right now. You guys each get a turn to try and do something to distract this guy. He's not. You can't just fade into. You can't just evaporate. If you just turn around and
Well,
walk
I was
away.
gonna walk all the way up there with him.
Yeah,
and then,
and you do so.
place him there.
I mean, you can't just place people
stay-
somewhere. he just walks.
I don't know. I'm pretty good at it. I like to stand behind people. I'm pretty
Sure.
good.
You stand behind him, but if
Yeah.
you just vanished, all of a sudden he'd be like, "Oh my God, where are you?" You have to find a way to get his attention off of you, because the absence of you is something that he would notice, because he was being led by you, effectively, even though you're behind him. Does that make sense? He's not just gonna be like, "You're 20 feet behind me and I walk in front of you." He was more like walking in tow with you, maybe slightly.
I've got
Yeah.
something.
What do you do?
As he comes up, I kind of turn to him and say, "Do you think 30 gold is fair for this?" And I point to Nova, as he's snapping
Looking at
her
Dran?
and imposing. Yeah,
Uh,
kind of trying to draw his attention.
Sure. Is there anything else anybody wants to do in this?
No, I don't, because she was trying to tell me to do something, and I'm not. I don't want to listen to these two. I don't want to listen to her.
After
Okay, so you're just gonna
he,
be stoic?
Yeah,
I would like to do
menacingly.
something.
Yes.
Yeah. After Nova snapped at Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pretend to act angry at him
Okay.
and cast command and say,
Okay.
"Kneel." So that means that you have to do it, Nova, unless you want to try to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Well, yeah.
Gonna roll?
Yeah, I'll just plunk
Okay.
the.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
I'll say with that, Alderia, give me a stealth check as you try and dip away from the commotion, and each of you roll me a performance check.
Okay.
Including
As the skill
Alderia.
challenge kind of is coming to fruition here. See if you can succeed in drawing Dran's attention fully away from Alderia into something more pressing.
I didn't need to roll performance, right?
Nope, just a stealth check. These guys are putting on the show, trying to draw his attention away from this once annoying, I believe it's human, right? He's being pestered by this human to come look at this dragonborn. Now he's seeing if he gets wrapped up in the show.
Do I need a performance?
You just need to roll a wisdom because
Okay.
you're not performing at all, right? You're just literally being stoic, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess depending on does a 17 save?
Does a
it's
17 save?
Save. It's 16 for the DC.
I'm just gonna spit at him then. On the ground near him. I'm not gonna spit on him.
Sure.
Sure.
The spell is visual and can be seen cast, and then you see Nova shrug it off. This does, I will say, what's your performance check? 23, and then Kyler. 19. Notably, this does seem to catch Dran's attention as the spell goes through, and you gather more of Kylar in particular as you kind of harshly berate Nova. You're gathering this draws the attention of Sarah very much as well. Dran looks at your spell casting. Resilient to spells.
Indeed.
Probably worth more than 30 gold. And Alderia, you take this moment to slip away as the party has completely enveloped the attention of Dran. He kind of goes up to Nova and starts poking around at him, shoving things, snapping, backing off. He seems a little more touchy, very uncomfortable to deal with. And Alderia, you back away and slink into the shadow as you kind of melt away from the scene. What do you like to do?
Get back to the tent as quick as possible.
Okay, you're back at. It's not long. It's just literally around the corner. Rug in front of you. You see people milling about, kinda. You might have to chance it, but you could take a chance.
Is there anyone obviously looking at me?
No one directly. You're currently you're not just standing like in the middle of the alley or in the middle of the way. I would suppose like T-posing. You're just kind of doing one of these. I would take it. So
Yeah.
not right now. You imagine if you jump out in the middle and grab the rug, it would be conspicuous, but you could do so in a stealthy way if you're clever. So up to you.
I'll go over to the rug, just kind of like looking at stuff, being like, interesting. Kind of like kick the rug up a little bit, start to kind of get it bunched up.
Sure. Yeah, it kind of starts rolling up a little bit. You see one guard on patrol walks by with a glaive draped across their shoulders. Not one individual that you recognize. Kind of looks at you and you stop for a moment. Go ahead and roll a performance or a deception check as you're kind of pretending to look about.
13.
13. Spins the glaive around, points it at you in kind of like a showmanship style. You see the banner flying around in the wind. Did you hear that, Stavins? Make sure you trample on it good. Stabs his glaive into it, tears a little bit of it, picks it back up. Later.
I'll kick it a little, I'll kick some dirt on it to as he walks away.
Sure,
Be like,
sure, yeah. He seems pretty sold.
And I'll keep kicking it up until I got it in a pretty good ball.
Okay. I'll say for the purpose of this, I'm going to need a D100 roll outside of our normal rolls. See if there's any more unfortunate people encounters.
75.
75 is general good luck. Just on the nose, too. And then roll me a stealth check. One more. As you're rolling this up, no one's coming around conspicuously like a guard, but there are people in the area. You're kind of like rolling, stopping, rolling, stopping.
29.
29. With the 29, you get the rug all rolled up. Stick it into your haversack. What else do you got in there right now? Has it got enough room?
There's nothing in there.
There's nothing in there. Barely. You see the frills sticking out with the height of it into your haversack, the magical bag absorbing 99.9% of this. You kind of tighten the drawstring, and comically the gold frills on the outside. What do you do, Aldira? You've got this very precious rug. What was that?
So in the past, when I've turned into an animal, I assume everything on me also just kind of...
Everything on you also just kind of...
I'm going to turn into...
Except for your haversack. That falls off and falls into the enemy's hands.
Rolls out the door.
An asshole, I'm sorry.
And the
For the
carpet
first
spills
time,
out right in front of us.
For the first time, it doesn't wild shape with me.
No, yeah. Now that there's a rug in it, it just doesn't count anymore, right, you guys? That's how this works.
Yeah, because
what?
it never had anything, so now it's full.
Yeah.
The rug rule.
What is it that they saw me turn into a cat? I wild shaped into a cat for you guys the first time?
The first time? Oh man, I don't remember.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Turned into a desert fox.
Oh, a desert fox.
Desert fox,
Right.
Yeah.
I am going to wild shape into a desert fox.
Long-eared, kind of frilly tips, big ploofy tail. Do you boogie?
And I'm going to like run over to them real quick and kind of like run through their legs and hope they realize that it's
a
me.
Message. Sure.
And
sure.
I'm going to get out of there.
I'll say probably everyone but Nova gets the hint.
Fair.
Nova, you're like, that's a desert fox. They probably want to eat.
He's after my goddamn food again.
Or maybe you do. It's up to you at the end of the day. But Aldira, you successfully grab the rug. Boogie, you notice in particular Dran seems to kind of look at you. Sigh, because he's sullen as fuck. And that brings us back to you guys. What would you like to do? He's still arguing over the 30 gold.
At least 100 gold. He's strong, he's resistant to magic, he's two-toned, which makes him rare if you're not unique.
Kyla, we agreed on at least 1,000 for this quarry.
Yeah, they offered 30.
At least 1,000, Kylar. I wrangled him, not you.
Do you want to keep dealing with him? I don't.
I want to get my return on investment, damn it.
500.
Honestly, almost lost me there. 100 gold. For a specimen like that, if you let him go, that would be a steal. I suppose I could offer you 250.
Kyler.
Dran kind of pitches in. Oh, come on. Did you see how I resisted the spell? It's worth at least 300. She kind of looks at Dran. 300 gold pieces.
I
Kyler.
want him gone. I don't want to deal with this anymore, Ozan.
1,000 gold pieces. He's clearly.
I swear to God, if you guys
much.
accidentally sell me into slavery, I'll be so mad.
Roll a new
I mean,
character,
1,000 gold's 1,000 gold, baby.
You say the wrong word, and like I'm contractually a slave now.
Oops!
Oops, all slavery.
Didn't mean it.
We have been
Just-
dealing with him for the better part of 2 weeks.
Just kidding.
I can't go lower than 5.
Does Erzan react to that at all?
I just keep saying Kylar. 1,000 gold pieces, Kylar. That's how much.
Nobody
he's
is
worth.
going to pay 1,000 for him.
In the capital, they will.
Do you know how far away that is?
We can make it. We have a boat.
Do you want to be wrangling him the entire way to the capital?
Perhaps we'll have to find some better pacification methods.
Clearly the chains are fake.
She kind of looks Nova up and down one more time. Fine, I'll do 500. Looks back at you, Kylar.
One
Go ahead and roll me.
1,000.
Both of you guys roll me an insight check as well. And Nova, if you want to as well, you can.
Natural 19, 22.
I'm gonna say with Nova's
Net 20, 24.
You
with
can
Nova's
gather.
cognitive
Only
abilities,
fire
he's
today.
busy right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's a little worried. Starting to get sweaty.
Fucking
You
be
are
asleep.
gathering. You are
Yeah.
gathering, Kyler. This is her. She's poking at you, trying to see if you're actually gonna give this up.
Okay.
So you're gathering that she's slightly seen through a little bit of what's going on here, but doesn't have the full picture. So she's just giving you an offer and seeing if you'll bite.
1,000 gold pieces, Kylar. That's how much he's worth.
I mean, I guess I didn't do any of the work wrangling him. So I don't know how much you struggled with it. I just want money, Ozan. I don't want to deal with this anymore. But
If we take 500 today, you and I each walk away with 250. If we take 1,000 in a month, you and I each walk away with 500. Tell me that doesn't sound good.
you're not wrong. And he is unique. I kind of look Nova up and down again.
He will sell. Just elsewhere.
You're right. No, you're right. I guess we will have to take him elsewhere, unless you
look
can match
Sarah-
1,000,
I'll
because
look Sarah
that's
in the eye and say 1,000 gold.
this is what we agreed upon at first. But I'm so sick of putting up with him. I'm gonna just glare at Nova.
She looks up at Nova now. Looks you dead in the eyes and waits for your eyes to meet her, Nova.
Okay.
If you ever find yourself out of those chains, could put you to work. Best of luck. Turns away. Get out of my camp. And
You
she
sure
starts
you
turning
won't-
around.
Before she does, are you sure you won't buy him for 1,000?
I'm good. She kind of stops with her back to you, and she's making her way back to where the carpet is stolen. Like,
Yep. Nope.
around
Fucking
the
cheese it,
corner.
boys.
So
Take
she's
him
like,
away,
"Stop.
Ozan."
I'll give you guys got a
Yep. Take him
couple
away,
split
Ozan.
seconds.
Let's go.
Yep, time to go. We walk just a little faster than normal.
Okay, you guys boogie.
Boogie boogie.
Eventually, as you're leaving, you start hearing commotion from behind you. We'll say for the purposes we'll say
Yep.
for the purposes of this, you meet up with Alderia and get out of there before anyone pins it on you yet.
We're walking like we really
It's
got to poop.
possible that in the
That's
next
fine.
few days they might piece together something.
We're gonna be in Davin's camp by then,
You'll be in Davin's camp by then, though.
unless they're gonna
Returning.
pull out assault.
Returning to Davin after very, very close skill checks and some very crazy tactics. Well done, you guys. Also, sorry about the rule snafu, Erinn. I just need to make a cognizant picture, and I felt like that was the best way to do that. So I hope that's all right.
I'm pissed.
Man, that would have been hilarious if they actually sold you.
Oh my god, I'm glad
1,000
that
gold,
didn't happen.
baby.
But you guys return to Davin, sitting there.
Drop the chains in the river as we cross the bridge.
Sure. You do imagine that a multicolored dragonborn will stick out in tales of who has been around that camp. So it will probably be best to lay low in Davin's camp.
Alderia, if you could, all my stuff's in that hotel room. I can't really go get it.
Ooh, that's a
I'll
good
get
point.
it.
I'm just
Maybe
assuming
we should
you're.
empty the haversack first.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming we're in Davin's camp right now. That's when I
Yeah.
would start to worry about it.
Well,
So
it
you-
wasn't in that other person's camp, though, right? It was kind of
No,
in the
no,
middle
it was-
area.
It was more of like the common grounds. Yeah.
Okay. I'll go get it later.
You guys make a note to get it. I'll say at some point before you go, you grab it and collect all of it. Hey, okay. What was readily not grabbable from space, you probably put on your party members, or was mundane, like just a sword or something. And largely untouched. No one really messes with it, so no worries there.
Yeah, and I can just summon my weapons back to me so you don't have to try to carry the freaking maul.
Dragging it.
It does fly through the air, right? Like,
No, I've been saying it flies through the air as flavor
okay, but it
text.
just boops.
Yeah, it's a teleport.
Okay, okay.
It takes out like 3
case-
old ladies on the way. And a puppy.
A bonk.
Oh,
Oh,
not a puppy.
I'll say for the purpose of this, you can summon it and make it fly as seen fit, so long as it's going to your hand. No worries. And you do so eventually. Collect all that stuff, and you are brought back to Davin at some point. You see he was not currently at his stall, as you would expect, and eventually he returns from one of the side alleys to his camp. Oh, you're back so soon. I take it you didn't get me wrong then,
And I'm just in those stupid clothes still.
Yeah.
You think so little of us. Alderia, if you would.
I'm gonna, do the.
Now, girl.
The theatrics.
And then pull it out.
Pull out this large rug. Oh, they were using it, weren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess
A little
I don't
bit.
know. I can't have to.
A little
There's a
aggressively.
tear in it right there. You want me to fix that for you?
Could you?
All right, I'll use mending and fix the big tear that guy put in with the sword.
Nice.
Could have charged him for that.
You don't know how much that means to me.
He gave us 1 extra gold each.
It's like 4 whole gold.
Wow!
He waves. You see him kind of look up to someone near a couple chests in a small tent out to the side, kind of in front of where his tavern is. Give him a full case. No need to skimp on these ones. A full case, sir. He looks back at him. A full case. You see the guy. All right. A chest of gold. Walks it over to you guys, probably about 20 feet away. Drops it on the ground in front of you. For the extra help with the mending. It's all yours. You're welcome in my camp anytime.
Good, because we gotta lay low here for a little while.
They know what we look like, and probably have pieced together that we're the ones who nipped it.
Oh, that's... I mean, stay in the ground.
Oh,
You get the drill.
we were planning on it, indeed.
Understood. I appreciate it greatly. He leans
Is there a
down to-
gas leak over there or something? Because they seem a little.
Oh, they do tend to smoke the tumbleweeds quite often.
The devil's twigs. I got you.
That's one way to put it. There are many devils that it could be from. You see how he kind of leans down to the rug. You see him kind of whisper. You note it as very ancient draconic Nova, and you see the rug actually straightens out itself and kind of springs to life.
I thought it was gonna be too obvious that it was a flying carpet. God
Almost
damn it.
Aladdin, like it looks up to him as if with some
I knew
form
there
of
was something
personality.
I had a feeling.
And the rug, he kind of grabs one of the tassels. That's more like it. Why don't you scram over there, boy? Frills off into the distance, into a tent. Rolls up into a spot you kind of see at the very back corner of a tent. That's more like it. Well, if there's anything else you'd like to see in my camp, it's yours. The young lad who was taking care of you earlier, he'll get you set up with some quarters for the evening. And I suppose you'll be off tomorrow and the next day, yeah.
Probably
Within
gonna
a
leave.
couple of
Prob-
days.
So,
Probably gonna leave in the night. You know.
Very fair. Enjoy my camp.
Thank you
So
for hospitality.
So we steal the rug and get the fuck out.
So I will say, you guys all gain 400 gold. Seems to have tipped you 49 gold apiece.
nice.
For that.
What a
Kylar.
guy.
Kyla and Nova, I'm gonna give you each 100 because I owe you each 100.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot.
enough.
Thank you for being honest.
I'm so close.
Are you stocking up for plate?
Yeah, baby.
You should
Close.
save for magical plate mail, bro.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I have spent like less than 30
Yeah.
gold pieces
Yeah,
this
no
entire
gold this
campaign.
entire campaign.
Fair enough.
I have a goal.
I mean, I think this would probably be a good place to pick up
If you need
any
us
items.
to chip in, we can.
How much do you have?
I have 1,200.
How much is it?
18.
1,500,
Oh, 15.
depending on where you go.
Yeah, it's very marked.
I don't know what the rates are in this land.
Well, it is a bazaar. We
Do you
might
wanna
find
check?
things here.
Yeah.
We could
I
chip
want to
in.
get it. I want to get it forged though.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't want to stay here that long.
No.
no.
Yeah.
That's
don't need
I,
that.
I will say for the purpose of this too, Erzan, you know that forging a suit of plate armor is like a months long project.
Right. It's like
So-
something that we do when we have free time.
Yeah, it would be like a downtime activity. Probably like maybe once you guys get into the capital area, if you want to take a break there for a few months after your long journey, kind of thing.
Is
I
Davin
think
still
that'd be a
around?
good time to- Davin's still around, yeah. You see, he's kind
Uh,
of talking with some advisors.
I just kind of, like peek my head in.
Yeah, yes.
Kinda.
Come.
Davin, I was wondering, do you know a merchant by the name of Udatoth?
Oh, yes, he was here. Oh, probably about 4 months ago, I'd say.
Be about right. He came in through our town. I was wondering if you know anything about him.
Mm,
Them?
Excuse me.
what do you mean, them?
I have a feeling.
Is there multiple of them?
No, I'm not sure if they are male or female. They're a little androgynous.
Oh. Well,
I didn't
I
want
do
to change my-
apologize. Well, Udatoth. You see, he's kind of off put. He's a little boomerish about it,
Right.
but that's okay.
I was just gonna say that I like that you added that.
Yeah.
Well, boomerish
I
about it.
definitely got the boomer vibe from that.
He's all skeeved out about
Like,
it.
Yeah, he's not like upset, He's not like a grotesque like transphobe or anything, but just kind of
Bigot.
like, oh, I've never really heard of that,
Bigot.
He's kind of like, well, Udatoth. I suppose, what are you looking to know about them?
Anything you could tell me. I'm
Well,
formulating a theory. I don't want to reveal much yet in case I'm right.
fair enough. I will say they are one of the best purveyors of magic items I've ever seen. Outside of that gem, always offered gold for it. Never would accept it. Probably important to them.
He quoted a ridiculous price when I asked. They quoted a ridiculous price when I asked.
What was it, if you don't mind me asking?
I think it was 100,000.
100,000 gold piece.
Yeah.
No wonder they turned me down. Offered 5,000.
I get the feeling it's
1,000?
intensely magical.
Yes. Well,
Did he
what
offer
else
you
can I tell
the
you?
spellbook of a Camus Mora by chance?
Never heard of such a relic, so I suppose not. What else do you want to know about them?
Just anything that sticks in your brain about them?
Well, they typically hung out in the main bazaar areas, not with any of the big 3. Eventually, I do know that, one moment will I pull out the names for the big 3, because it's been a while.
Since I could.
I do know that Randall eventually drove them out of town, interrupting some arms deals trades with all their magic items floating about. Used to bribe a large mace similar to the one your friend carries there. From the description I heard, could be the same.
It might be, indeed. Randall, is he the third?
Yes, he's the other.
Are you on good terms
Boss.
with him?
Let's just say we keep the peace. I wouldn't say
Would-
Sarah or Randall's terms with me are good.
Good. Would paying him a visit be ill-advised?
I would say paying a visit to either of my competitors would be ill-advised. Your money is best spent with me, and your time as well.
Oh, no, I don't hope to buy anything. I was wondering if he could provide me any more information.
About this Udatoth.
Indeed.
Possibly. Like
If
I
anybody in your encampment happens to know more, I would be willing to pay a small sum of gold for information as well.
said, I'll see
maybe
what I
ask-
can't find.
Ask around, indeed. As I said, I have a theory, and I need more information to find out.
Very well. See me before you go, and if you got anything, I'll sell it to you for a fair price.
Indeed. I do actually have some rather beaten up old dwarven plateware, if you'd be interested, silver and gold. And I pull out some of like the unrefurbished stuff.
Well, I don't typically deal in antiques. You'll have to see one of my salesmen. Kind of gives you at this point, the first time you've seen kind of an impatient look on his face. Guessing this is kind of small fish compared to what he's used to dealing with.
Oh, I thought it might be just a curiosity for you, since it's of dwarven make.
Yeah, looks probably about 86, 87 years old. Let's see, sand, desert dwarf origin. Fine work on the beards. I'm sure you can find a fine price for it.
Indeed, I thought I'd offer.
Sure.
Thank you for your time. I will see you before I go.
Very well.
Thank you.
Good evening. He turns around.
Bidet.
Seems to be talking with two individuals again.
Did you say bidet?
Bidet.
Bidet.
My throat's going up.
Oh,
Beep beep.
God.
Bidet.
We just watched that not that long ago.
I love that.
Bidet. Okay, Kyler, and everybody else, with Kyler returning to you, what would you like to do?
Nap time
Okay.
for me.
You guys nap. Is there... Oh, so I will say, we're at a pretty natural stopping point before you guys head out. Is there any else that you would like to do, shopping-wise, or maybe preparation-wise, before we move on to the next leg of this journey south?
I'm good.
Did you
Punch
want
Kyler in the arm.
Ow!
Herbs.
I think you broke my arm.
Not hard.
Oh.
He's weak.
I will say, I don't want to spend a ton of time doing shopping episode next session, because we do want to get to the adventure. So if you do want to do any shopping, now might be a good time for it, since we just got paid and you're at the Dry Sand Bazaar.
I don't have any shopping I need to do.
Okay.
I'm
wanna
saving
throw it out
my
there.
money.
Healing
Throw it out
potions.
there.
I guess, yeah, I'd see if anybody has a better ring of spell storing.
Okay, sure. Anything else?
Healing potions.
I would like to look for organ root and the other synthesizing components of a healing potion.
Okay. I will say, everybody, go ahead and give me investigation checks.
Uh-oh.
I'll help Alderia look for the organ root,
Okay.
15 for me.
15.
just to be productive.
7.
I rolled a 15.
What was it? Investigation?
Investigation.
19.
Okay. Starting with you, Nova, you do find a small alchemy station. A small gnome tinkering with a kind of a periscope kind of eyepiece. Hey, what can I do for you, large one?
I'm hoping to pick up some healing potions. If it's
I
anything
got
you
the
got.
purple in the back. What you looking for? Just the regular variety?
I suppose that would depend entirely upon your pricing
I could probably give them to you for 75 apiece.
for the regulars.
Yeah, the regulars.
And then how much does it go up from?
Well, seeing as I don't have any, I suppose 0 gold.
Yes. How about 3 of them? Hold on here. Yeah, I'd take 3.
3 of them?
Yeah.
All right. 1 moment, please. Goes to the back, shuffles around in his stall for a few minutes, and pulls out a small chest. Again, with the 3 vials. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
That dice is done for the night. A non-natural 1.
Ooh, a mod 1.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Yeah, he sells you 3 for 75 gold apiece. So,
All right.
it's 225 off.
Thank you, short friend.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you guys want to do? Oh wait, you guys are all helping. We'll go with the Dranus route. What was your investigation? Or the organ route, excuse me.
Me?
Yeah.
19.
Mine was
And yours
15.
was 15 to help. You guys find a similar kind of alchemy shop. This one more dealing with direct poultices and herbs. You see kind of a stout dwarven man, kind eyes, kind of wrinkled from the tan, brown beard. Look up at you. And what can I do for you all?
Hi, I'm Alderia. What's your name?
My name's Gore.
Gore.
Gore. There's a roll on the R.
That's a beautiful name. Well,
Thank you, Alderia. I need to get out of it. Thank you, Alderia.
I was hoping to find some organ root and the other synthesizing components. That's what you gave me. You gave me organ root and other synthesizing components.
That's like generic alchemy component number one, like something you distill many potions with and those kinds of things.
Yeah, those.
I think I have a few for you. Let me check. Turns around, pulls out a few of the very familiar looking roots, just kind of like twisted knots, kind of dried in the sun, with little, almost like spud-like growths growing out of them. Could probably sell each of these to you for about 15 apiece. It's showing 2 of them. Probably, you'd guess about enough for 2 doses.
Okay. That's all you have in stock?
Currently, I've got some runners out foraging, but I just take whatever they bring back to me, honestly, and synthesize it if I can.
Alright. And then, do you have synthesizing components?
Ah, yes. I got a few catalysts I like to use here out in the desert. Here, I'll give you this one on the house. Hands you a small little, like, crystalline rock. Melt that down with some saline water components and mix it in with your organ root. It should be a good catalyst for the potion.
Is this enough only for one?
Yeah, it should get you for both. Split it in half. It's potent.
Oh. Okay, so you said 15?
15 apiece, and I'll throw in the catalyst.
Alright. I won't even bargain with him for it. I'll just do it.
Sure. Pay him 30 gold. And, is there anything else I can get you?
No. Oh, well, you said saline water?
I'll say for the purpose of this, your alchemist kit has it. You don't have to worry about the super hyper realism. As long as you have the main component, most of your synthesizing things will come along with that. You'll be able to procure them, unless I state otherwise, you know? Or if you're trying to, like, come cross the beams and mix 2, quote-unquote, synthesizing.
Okay.
Like primary components, you know? Like, if you tried to make a mana potion and a health potion item in the same one, you'd need each of those, but you wouldn't need, like, the synthesizing components for each of those. That's just, like,
mana.
generic
Spell
TM.
slots.
With the
Got
bulb.
it. And then, Kyler,
Yes.
you are looking for a spell slot ring. You said you rolled a
15.
15 on your check. You do see one person that seems to be perusing jewelry very well as you kind of meander about. Very lavishly dressed young elven woman of dusty blonde hair, kind of pulled up into a high pony, rolling back in very elegant, but not disturbingly revealing or anything like that. Emerald gown, kind of pleated shoulders and gold trim, rings and earrings. Oh, welcome. What can I do for you?
Good evening. I was wondering if you happen to have magical rings.
I've got a selection of them.
Any that can store spells inside them.
I do have one that I picked up quite a while ago. Although I don't know if you can afford it. Kind of looks at you skeptically.
Name your price.
This one can hold up to 5. But we're only 3,000 gold pieces. Oh, I'm doing the Udata thing, sorry. 3,000 gold pieces.
You said you picked it up quite a while ago.
I did.
I take it hasn't been a hot item.
Many like to look. Few like to buy.
That's fair. I do have a base one that stores up to 2. Would you consider 1,500 in that one instead in trade? That might sell a little easier.
I could do 2,000 in that one, I suppose. A hefty chunk, but the inventory and most of my costs covered seems worth it to me.
I may need to procure just a little extra funding. I only have about 17 on me. But keep it handy.
I will most certainly do, and if you come across anything else you'd like to offer in trade. I do love inventory.
I do have a potion of water breathing if you'd be interested. I don't know if potions are your thing, but I do know it's worth a little. And
water breathing.
I should say this. I take out the Night Hag's Bag of Souls.
No, that's peculiar. It's not what I'd call fashionable.
No, indeed not. I can't use it personally. I've tried. It's foiled me at every step, but I know it's quite potent.
I suppose for all of these...
And 1,500?
She looks at you dead in the eye.
I give her my most winsome smile.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
25. And
25.
I'll buy you dinner.
16.
Done.
Done. She collects the water breathing potion, your second level spell slot, and your your soul bag.
Yep.
From the Night Hag, and she returns to you plus 1,600 of your gold pieces.
Plus 1,600.
And dinner.
And dinner.
But you do get the ring of spell storing for 5 slots.
Tasty.
Rules the same.
That's so much gold.
That's a big item you just got there. That's like epic tier. That's like high level shit right there.
That's worth it.
Yeah, that's a good item. Is there anything else you got? Again, this is the place until you hit the capital if you want to spend your gold. There's shit like that here. So if you guys have any last words.
No, I am
before we move on to next week's session.
Does it contain any spells within it when
Currently
found?
No.
Gotcha.
Currently no.
That'll work.
What was that, Eldiria?
Said I have no monies.
No monies. Okay.
Paid off my debt.
Fair enough.
More.
Anybody else? Okay. Very well. We will see you all in the next leg of this adventure. Thanks everybody for joining us. It concludes the Dry Sand Bazaar adventure for the most part. We'll probably start off there, but we'll be shipping out quick, I think.
We love you. Bye-bye.
And we love you all. Thank you to my players for being the amazing, wonderful people that have amazing schemes that work to steal carpets.
Thank you to Jesse for creating these situations that we have to lie our way out of.
That was amazing. I don't like sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
Wow.
All right, say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.